Do you know that what you've just described, is that going on now?
Yes.
What she described as little people, and they were dressed up as Japanese Barbies.
They want to talk to me about what happened to them. They call me. They feel like they can trust me.
Wait a minute, calling you for what?
Because they want to tell me about certain things that happened with them. And
as far as I'm concerned, this was an attempt on my life. The only reason I'm not dead is because they met.
Each day, a celebrity boldly challenges one of the music industry's biggest power players.
Since P. Diddy's federal indictment, and we're still learning more details about his years of alleged sex trafficking. The newest information is actually coming from one of Diddy's longtime friends, Ray J. His real name is William Norwood Jr. You may know him as the brother of the singer Brandy, or more likely, the guy who made a sex tape with Kim Kardashian. Ray J is now back in the headlines after appearing in TMZ's latest documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, Inside the Freak-Offs. During an interview for the doc, he said, quote, "I'm hearing about artists paying victims to keep their names out of it." He's basically saying some celebrities out there were involved in Diddy's freak-offs and they're trying to pay off.
When Ray J, a singer, entrepreneur, and former friend of Shad Diddy Combs, spoke out, the world stopped and listened. It wasn't his fame that grabbed attention, but the shocking revelations he made. His words didn't just stir controversy. They sent shockwaves through Hollywood, exposing a scheme so sinister it could bring decades of secrets crashing down. Now, the question looms. Who's orchestrating this, and who's silencing Diddy's alleged victims with hushed money?
Ray J says why his phone won't stop ringing. So footage from the TMZ documentary, TMZ presents The Downfall of Diddy, Inside the Freak-Offs, hit the internet, right? And then a clip of the doc, Ray J reveals that he knows who was at the Freak-Offs and what was going on.
You know people who have been approached by men, whatever, who have said, give me money and I won't talk?
here's the other way around that, Harvey. I'll give you money, please don't talk.
You are a well-connected guy.
Do you know that what you've just described, is that going on now?
Yes. They want to talk to me about what happened to them. They call me. They feel like they can trust me.
Wait a minute, calling you for what?
Because they want to tell me about certain things that happened with them and Diddy.
Are these high-profile people calling you because they've had some affiliation with Diddy that they don't want to come out and they think you might be the vessel for it coming out?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I don't even know why I just said it.
Ray J rose to fame in the late 90s as a teenage R&B star, later making waves with reality TV and business ventures. But no one could have predicted his latest role as a whistleblower. His recent revelations didn't just expose Shad Diddy Combs' alleged dark secrets. They sparked a firestorm that some believe could consume him, figuratively or even literally, as he continues to speak out. Ray J dropped a bombshell claiming that A-list celebrities, many reportedly connected to Diddy's notorious freak-off parties, are paying victims to stay silent. The entertainment world is now in chaos.
Entirely new information. We always knew Diddy had a lot of celebrities in his sphere, from the white parties with Leo DiCaprio and Ashton Kutcher to his past relationships with singers Jennifer Lopez or Cassie. But in more recent weeks, we've learned that some celebrities were also involved in these illegal freak-offs, and in at least one case with an underage victim. All this info came forth from Houston-based attorney Tony Busby. After Diddy's indictment, he revealed literally thousands of people came to him alleging abuse at the hands of Diddy. But these survivors mentioned other people too, some A-list stars that Busby says could be mentioned in future civil lawsuits. I talked to Busby just one day after he announced the suits and asked him about the—
Let's unpack this. This isn't just about powerful figures staying quiet. It's about them working overtime to cover their tracks, protect their images, and escape a scandal that's spreading like wildfire.
Major celebrities allegedly involved with Sean Diddy Combs' sex crimes are said to have quietly reached settlements already. Attorney Tony Busby says that he plans to sue several A-listers who allegedly helped Diddy cover up his sexual abuse, but he claimed some of the stars have already paid up in an attempt to keep their identities private. He told TMZ, quote, "If you were attending one of these parties and you were there in the room, or you participated, or you watched it happen and didn't say anything, or you helped cover it up, in my view, you have a problem." Tony says that he is planning on aggressively pursuing legal action against certain celebrities and that names will come out in due course. He has reportedly already sent out letters of demand to VIPs who are accused of being involved in assaults that occurred at the rappers' parties. He told the outlet, quote, "We collect our data, collect our evidence, do our due diligence, spend time with the victim, and then because it's in the best interest of the victim, we attempt to resolve these matters without the filing of a public lawsuit, and we have done that already." Tony is representing 120 victims and states that he has fielded thousands of calls from people claiming to be victims of an assault.
How credible is Ray J's story? And why is he speaking out now? The answer lies in the legacy of Bad Boy Records founder, a man who built his empire on swagger and charm. However, his alleged darker dealings may finally be coming to light.
Use Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse.
Diddy, the man behind Bad Boy Entertainment, once explained the name by saying, "I called it Bad Boy because I wanted to go against the grain. Not in a negative or hardcore way. I just didn't want to be ordinary. I wanted to make history, create timeless music that lives on, even after I'm gone." For years, he was a trailblazer in hip-hop, building a legacy of style, music, and culture that reshaped the industry. But as Diddy climbed to iconic status, his reputation as a fun-loving host with legendary all-white parties took a darker turn. While the events were celebrated for their extravagance and celebrity guest lists, whispers of bizarre and secretive after-parties began circulating. These whispers grew louder, transforming into allegations of sex trafficking and racketeering tied to gatherings now referred to as freak-offs. Once seen as an untouchable titan of hip-hop, Diddy's name is now mired in controversy as claims about these exclusive parties and the activities behind the scenes cast a shadow over his carefully curated image. Diddy's fall from grace has been marked by a series of shocking allegations. Many lawsuits accuse him of orchestrating disturbing activities behind the scenes, with his so-called freak-offs at the center of the government's case. According to reports, these events involved elaborate sexual performances that Diddy allegedly arranged, directed, recorded, and participated in. The term freak-offs first came to light in Cassie's federal lawsuit filed last November, which was settled within a day. In the suit, Cassie claimed that Diddy frequently demanded these gatherings, expecting her to secure locations and hire sex workers. The lawsuit alleged that Diddy insisted on holding these events weekly, often in hotel suites, and even flew male sex workers to join him in various U.S. cities. Cassie and his staff were reportedly required to handle the arrangements. The accusations go further, with claims that Diddy and his associates created an environment of coercion and manipulation. Victims allegedly faced threats and were pressured into compromising situations with high-profile guests. A recently unsealed 14-page indictment from September paints a disturbing picture of exploitation and abuse, shaking the foundations of his once untouchable reputation.
All about The feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young.
What makes Ray J's claim so shocking is the timing. With Diddy awaiting trial, the pressure is mounting, and some of his celebrity allies appear desperate to keep their names out of the spotlight. According to Ray J, it's not the victim seeking payouts. It's the accused who are reaching out, offering hush money to silence them and keep their secrets buried.
Entertainment. I'm named a bad boy.
Against him alleged sinister activities were going on behind the scenes. At the center of the government's case against Diddy are his alleged freak-offs, which according to the indictment were elaborate and produced sex performances that in the United States, and he would require Cassie and his staff to help him make these arrangements.
Let that sink in. This isn't just one isolated incident. Ray J's words point to a network, a well-organized system of silence and cover-ups. If he's telling the truth, this could be one of the biggest scandals the entertainment world has ever seen.
Use the business empire he force and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male to keep them obedient and compliant.
As the drama continues, one thing is certain. Ray J's life is at risk. Whether it's Diddy's camp, other celebrities involved, or even victims who feel betrayed, he's walking a dangerous line with no safety net. The stakes are higher than ever, and he could face serious consequences, physically or otherwise, if things escalate.
Celebrities who may have been involved in his
He's just admitted that he knows about it. So I don't see a scenario where they're not going to call him in and say, okay, who exactly did you hear this from? When did you hear it from us? And tell us right now, because as far as I know, he doesn't have any privilege. He's admitting that he has factual knowledge of people.
This isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's about an entire industry built on hidden power and manipulation. If Ray J's claims are true, Hollywood is sitting on a ticking time bomb. The real question is, who will set it off first? Will Ray J survive the fallout, or will he become another casualty in a story that's far from finished?
To these celebs, and he says some have already settled outside of court. But that leads us back to Ray J. His allegations sound a bit more like hush money. He said, quote, "Here's what I do know. People do catch and kills all day. For the regular world, somebody has a truth, somebody pays you to keep it quiet, and hopefully that money you got paid secures your happiness while you watch the lie continue to succeed." Basically, quote, "I'll give you money, please don't talk." Ray J didn't mention anyone by name, but said these high-profile people reached out to him because of his friendship with P. Diddy, fearing that their names would be attached to his alleged illegal activity. Most of that revolves around something Diddy called freak-offs. Defined by federal prosecutors, they're elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. Along with these freak-offs apparently came a chilling pattern. Diddy or his team would drug someone, sexually assault them, and then sometimes...
As this chapter comes to a close, we're left with more questions than answers. But one thing is certain, this story isn't over. With each new revelation, the spotlight shines brighter, exposing those who once believed they were untouchable. So, who's really paying off Diddy's victims, and more importantly, who's pulling the strings behind the scenes?
Hear that there could be more people out there, more celebrities, right, who are already settling cases quietly. Are you surprised? Are you shocked?
That's a smart thing to do. You don't want us in your business. You don't want to be on the Zaya Factor.
On the morning show, right?
On the morning show. And then you heard his mom. She's doing what a mom is supposed to do. If you pay my bills, I would say, hey, that's not the guy I know.
But then again, of course, you don't treat your mother that way. You may not tell your mother what's going on.
Come on, man. His mama know.
Oh,
his mama know.
Trust me. I'm being naive. The naivete is showing tonight.
Your mom is going to always know what you're doing. You might think she don't know, but she know.
Got it. Yoji, let's talk about some of the celebrities, which no names have been named as of yet, who may have settled these cases. Is that the prudent, smart thing to do?
I think considering that these civil cases are closely tied to the federal case that Diddy's facing, it's certainly a smart thing to do to perhaps try to get your name out of the public eye, get your name away from the specter of the federal investigators, and just try to settle your case privately, assuming that there is some sufficient evidence to believe that these civil